We have been a 21st century site now for about 2.5 years. Our program has grown and developed in pretty incredible ways. It's been a challenge, but a really fun one to start up where there was a void and a need and an interest for a really long time. But these classes are also actually academic enrichment courses. So we are engaging the students using the creative interest and the career interests that they have. So through these classes, we challenge our students to develop their habits of success. So these are what the 21st Century Grant refers to as intermediary skills. And those are perseverance, social intelligence, self-regulation, vision, and curiosity. And we're really trying to infuse these in all of our 21st century classes.
I wanted them to know if they wanted to make a career in art, what it will take. Things like that you have to apply to grants, you have to write statements, you have to talk about the work, you have to make phone calls, you have to try to find venues to show the work, so you have to try to find an audience that will pay for the art. Whatever they spend making it and the time, they have some sort of outcome. Ultimately, the idea of an artist is to be able to live off your work. Is audience there? So you have to do a lot of homework. What is your target audience? So we're gonna try to have a market in the end, or exhibition, where we can have greeting card, postcard, things more practical.
Every time I have an opportunity to teach people skills, young and old, it's something that drives me. And it's a great feeling when somebody can come back a year or 2 years later and say, I got this job because the skills that I learned in that class. I love that. I'm all about personal development, soft skills, life skills, very important.
The goals of the class is to learn how to make materials, how to make accessories, wearable accessories, with a small budget, and to learn how to market them to boutiques and other stores and get their designs out there. But we're going to be doing major accessories like bags, jewelry, maybe some scarves.
It's forensic science, or it's called CSI, but it's a forensic science course where students are learning about what their role would be as a criminalist or someone who analyzes evidence found at a crime scene. So we talk a little bit about what they would do at a crime scene, and then we talk more about what they would do with the evidence when they bring it back to the lab. So we're looking at, for example, blood spatter, blood typing, bone analysis or forensic anthropology, DNA analysis, fingerprinting, and it's always set up as there's some sort of crime that's happened, and we learn what you would need to do to analyze evidence from a crime scene of that type. And then we actually take the evidence in and analyze it. So for example, today they were out in the garden digging up bones, and then they had to analyze the bones and determine who they may have come from. We have a lot of students who are actually interested in going into forensic science as a career, so it's been great for them to see what their future career would look like. We have developed a partnership with the Boston Police Department Crime Lab. We've done a couple of field trips there in past trimesters, and they've been really receptive to having the students in. And they would, help us set up any type of internship that we could possibly do through them too, if students want to stay involved in the field.
So this class is an introduction to programming. The programming is really just scripting the animations. So you can make a small animated movie or a basic game.
Where regular students go, which could be to get the characters moving left, right, almost like a short video, kind of like video game.
It's real difficult, but if you pay attention, you'll get it. I'm trying to have the alien move left and right and go to the two rabbits, it's like he's hunting them. So when he gets there, he says something, and then he can move to the right, go to the other rabbit.
Everybody wants to kind of get into it at a deep level, but we just have a limited amount of time, I would say.
I think if you come on time, you get what you wanted to get yourself for the day done, it'll be done.
So another really popular class we have is music production. This course, what's wonderful about this course is that it came out of student demand and student interest and student initiative and follow through. There were students in the building who really wanted to learn music production skills, and as a student who's now an alum came to me and said, can we have a music studio here in the building? I said, I don't know, we've got a space crunch, this would be so challenging, I wouldn't even know where to begin. And I looked at him and I said, if you want to make this happen, I'm willing to partner with you to make this happen.
Been making hip-hop music for 18 years. Up until recently, I was signed to Wu-Tang Management. You know, everybody I grew up idolizing, I've gotten a chance to tour the country with. And, you know, most schools expect every kid that's a certain age to work at the same pace, and I don't think that's really reality. The competency I want them to walk away with is having a proper grasp on really how to approach this professionally, how to take it from there, approach these industry people, and know what they're talking about, you know how to read a contract, know what to look for in a contract, know what they're getting into when they sign a contract, whether it's music, painting, anything. Once you have a certain grasp on the culture of it, it kind of comes naturally, which is a beautiful thing, like right now everybody's in the studio, all different walks of life, but they're all in there working on one song together.
So we teach them about, the history of hip hop, the history of the music business. The English language skills are definitely important. So, we explain what, onomatopoeia is, what alliteration is, what assonance is, what a metaphor is, what simile is. Especially when, they get what these terms are and what they mean and how they hear it every day without even realizing it. Then they go back and they're listening to the music that they like. They're listening to Lil Wayne or whoever they like, and they're like, oh man, he's using alliteration right here. Oh, he's using tons of similes and metaphors here. Music is one of the most important things that, helps shape the world, jazz did in the 20s, how Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder and Motown and all those great artists in the 60s did during the civil rights era. Music is a reflection of the time that we live in, and we can either be a force for good, or we can be a force for evil, or we can be a force for absolutely nothing at all.
In addition to having, suitable math, science, reading and writing skills, we feel that it's important for them to also have some work skills that they need to develop that they might not be getting outside of school. The struggle for students with job skills is less about their abilities and more about their lack of confidence. And so for me, what's been really fun is to see the students go through the class, starting out really with no idea what the class is, unsure of what a resume is, not really confident that they have anything to put on a resume, and then seeing them go through at the end and doing a mock interview with me and looking me in the eye, sitting someone down, and no matter what you're talking about, being okay with yourself. That, I think a lot of students here tend to think that whatever they're going to say is not going to be approved, or it's not acceptable, or it's not enough. It's been my job to show them that regardless of their skill set, they know exactly, they know themselves best.
I was actually planning to change my major to be a forensic officer, anthropologist. I want to study bones, which is pretty cool. I didn't want to do that till I actually started taking this course. I was a student here, but I was given the opportunity to now work with the school, and working with Ms. Erickson, it's the best thing. So when I came to BDEA in the fall, one of my favorite things was cooking class. I was really excited about it. I signed up for it really early, and I got during the week schedule, which is awesome.
I want to learn how to communicate better with others, organization skills, upping my skills in math as well, because I was really never a math person.
2 students have made it on my albums. They've impressed me so much. I'm hearing kids in here sometimes that surpass skills of people that I've seen in the industry for almost 20 years, and it's pretty crazy.
One of our first students that went through the 21st Century program, and she was able to get an internship at a small animal hospital, and she had a wonderful mentor named Sarah, and she showed up at Sabrina's graduation awards ceremony the last day, and then she surprised everyone by standing in front of the room and presenting Sabrina the award, and then asking her if she wanted to stay on at the animal hospital as a paid employee. She started college and was in school to become a vet tech, and still working there on Fridays.